next method of preparation of alkyl halide is from alkene. From alkene. You know what are alkenes? Alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons which are having a general formula CnH2n. Example, CH2 double bond CH2, ethene. So alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons which are having a general formula CnH2n and C example CH2 double bond CH2 compound ethene or ethylene. So unsaturated hydrocarbons, alkenes, they undergo addition reaction with the alkyl halides. Alkene compounds undergoes addition reaction with the alkyl halides to give corresponding alkyl halides. Alkenes undergoes addition reaction with the hydrogen halides to give corresponding alkyl halide. Example, CH2 double bond CH2, that is ethene. Alkenes undergoes addition reaction with the hydrogen halide, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen bromide, etc. to give, here addition takes place. This hydrogen will goes to this carbon atom and chlorine will go to this carbon atom to give CH3 CH2Cl, ethyl chloride. So alkenes undergoes addition reaction with the hydrogen halides to give corresponding alkyl halide. Now this is a symmetrical alkene. Symmetrical alkene. But when you consider this compound CH3 CH double bond CH2, that is propene plus HCl gives. So this is not an symmetrical alkene. This is an unsymmetrical alkene. So when addition reaction takes place to unsymmetrical alkenes or unsymmetrical compounds, hydrocarbons, we have to follow Markovnikov's rule. You know what is Markovnikov's rule? When addition reaction takes place to an unsaturated unsymmetrical molecule, the negative part of the addendum will goes to carbon atom which contain lesser number of hydrogen atom. So here the halogen can be added to this CH2 group. This halogen can be added to this CH group. But according to Markovnikov's rule, this negative part, this is positive part, delta positive and delta negative. So the negative part will goes to carbon containing lesser number of hydrogen atom and this hydrogen will goes to this carbon atom. So this gives CH3 CHCl CH3 to chloropropane. So we have to apply here Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov's rule, that is when addition reaction takes place to an unsaturated unsymmetrical molecule, Markovnikov's rule, that is when addition reaction takes place to an unsaturated unsymmetrical molecule, the negative part of the addendum will goes to carbon atom containing lesser number of hydrogen atom. That is Markovnikov's rule. So here propene undergoes addition reaction with HCl to give 2-chloropropane. You will get only secondary alkyl halide. If you want to prepare a primary alkyl halide using alkene, again propene CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus HBr in the presence of peroxide, that is hydrogen peroxide or benzoyl peroxide, etc. When addition reaction takes place in alkene in the presence of HBr, in the presence of peroxide, the addition takes place against Markovnikov's rule. That is, in this case, the negative part will goes to, this is positive part and this negative part. Negative one goes to this carbon atom and positive goes to CH group. When it is addition takes place in the presence of HBr with in the presence of peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, benzoyl peroxide, etc. Addition takes place against Markovnikov's rule, and this is called Karash effect or anti-Markovnikov's rule, peroxide effect, etc. So this gives CH3, CH2, CH2Br, that is propyl bromide. So if you want to get primary alkyl halide with alkene, we have to use this peroxide, HBr with the peroxide, the presence of peroxide. This is Karash effect. Karash effect or peroxide effect or anti-Markovnikov's rule. That is when addition reaction takes place to unsaturated unsymmetrical molecule with HBr in the presence of peroxide, addition takes place against Markovnikov's rule. So that is the method of preparation of alkyl halides. Now coming to the method of preparation of aryl halide. Preparation of aryl halide. The reaction we have to study is Sandmeyer's reaction. Sandmeyer's reaction. That is aniline. Aminobenzene. Aminobenzene is called aniline. So aniline when react with sodium nitrite and dilute HCl. Sodium nitrite and dilute HCl below 278 Kelvin. Aniline when react with NaNO2 and dilute HCl below 278 Kelvin, diazotization takes place to give a compound C6H5N2Cl, benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride. So aniline that react with NaNO2 and dilute HCl below 278 Kelvin gives benzene diazonium chloride, and this one react with CuCl and HCl gives chlorobenzene, and CuBr and HBr, CuBr and HBr, that gives bromobenzene. Bromobenzene. So what is Sandmeyer's reaction? Aniline, aminobenzene when react with NaNO2 and dilute HCl below 278 Kelvin, diazotization takes place to give benzene diazonium chloride, and that benzene diazonium chloride when react to CuCl and HCl gives chlorobenzene, CuBr and HBr gives bromobenzene, CuCN and HCN gives cyanobenzene, etc. But you cannot prepare iodobenzene by this method. In order to prepare iodobenzene, we have to treat this benzene diazonium chloride should be heated with potassium iodide. On heating with potassium iodide, it gives iodobenzene plus KCl plus nitrogen. So in order to prepare iodobenzene, we have to treat benzene diazonium chloride with potassium iodide. So that gives iodobenzene. So that is about the Sandmeyer's reaction. So what is Sandmeyer's reaction? That is aminobenzene aniline when react with NaNO2 and dilute HCl below 278 Kelvin, benzene diazonium chloride will be formed, and then react CuCl and HCl gives chlorobenzene, CuBr and HBr gives bromobenzene, CuCN and HCN gives cyanobenzene. To prepare iodobenzene, we have to heat benzene disonium chloride with potassium iodide. Then that gives iodobenzene. Next, you have to study two reactions. One is Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction says that these alkyl iodides can be prepared by the reaction between alkyl chlorides and bromides with sodium cyanide in the presence of diacetone. That is, alkyl iodides can be prepared by using alkyl chlorides or bromides with sodium iodide in the presence of diacetone. That reaction is called Finkelstein reaction. For example, alkyl halide, that is chloride, CH3Cl, that react with sodium iodide in the presence of diacetone. So this will form sodium chloride and you get CH3I, alkyl iodide plus sodium chloride. Similarly, ethyl chloride gives ethyl iodide, etc. That is Finkelstein reaction. Alkyl iodides can be prepared from alkyl halides, chlorides or bromides when treated with sodium iodide in the presence of diacetone. That reaction is called Finkelstein reaction. The next reaction is Schwarz reaction. Schwarz reaction. These alkyl fluorides you cannot prepare not of alkyl fluorides. Alkyl fluorides cannot be prepared very easily. You can prepare alkyl fluoride by these Schwarz reactions. In Schwarz reaction, the alkyl fluorides can be prepared from alkyl chlorides and bromides by heating with the metallic fluorides. For example, CH3Br when heated with silver fluoride, that gives methyl fluoride, CH3F plus AgBr. Alkyl chlorides or bromides when heated with metallic fluorides, AgF or Hg2F2. For example, CH3, CH2Cl when heated with the mercurous fluoride, Hg2F2, that gives CH3, CH2F plus 2HgCl. So, alkyl halides when react with the metallic fluorides, that silver fluoride or mercurous fluoride, that gives corresponding alkyl fluorides will be obtained, and that reaction is called Schwarz reaction. Next, we have to study about the reactions. And this when you compare the para dihalides, orthodihalide, for example, orthodichlorobenzene, then metadichlorobenzene and para-dichlorobenzene. Three compounds: orthodichlorobenzene, metadichlorobenzene and para-dichlorobenzene. The melting point of para-dichlorobenzene will be higher than that of ortho and meta. Why? You have to give the reason for that. Para-dichlorobenzene have higher melting point when compared with ortho and meta. This reason is, in para form, it is due to the symmetry of the molecules which can the molecule can be very closely packed due to symmetry, like this. So due to the symmetry of the molecule, para-dichlorobenzene can be very closely packed. As a result, melting point will be higher. But in case of meta and chloro, this chlorine atom will repel the other molecules. So they cannot be closely packed. Only para-dichlorobenzene can be closely packed. So its melting point will be high when compared with ortho and meta. Next, coming to reactions of the alkyl halides, we have to study nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. You have studied what is a nucleophile, what is an electrophile, etc. So coming to nucleophilic substitution reaction, there are two types of nucleophilic substitution reaction. This alkyl halides, due to high electronegativity of halogen atom, there will be shift of electron, delta negative and delta positive. When you treat with a nucleophile, the nucleophile will be attached to the alkyl group to give R nucleophile, and halogen will be eliminated as a negative ion. That is the reaction. Nucleophile will be added to alkyl group while the halogen will be eliminated. So there are two types of nucleophilic substitution reactions. They are SN2 reaction and SN1 reaction. Substitution nucleophilic bimolecular reaction, substitution nucleophilic unimolecular reactions. So substitution reactions are of two types. One is SN2 reaction and other is SN1 reaction. So first you do about the SN2 reaction. Nucleophilic substitution bimolecular. Nucleophilic substitution bimolecular. That is SN2 reaction. You have to consider this example. CH3Cl, a nucleophile is OH negative ions. OH minus gives CH3OH plus Cl minus. That is a reaction. In SN2 reaction, the nucleophile will attack the substrate molecule from behind to give an intermediate product which decomposes to give the product. You consider. This is CH3Cl. So this molecule will be attacked by the nucleophile from behind. So it will attack the carbon atom. So that gives an intermediate product. So this is an intermediate product will be formed, and this decomposes to give methanol. So this molecule is attacked by the nucleophile from behind to give an intermediate product, and that intermediate product so this is an intermediate product that decomposes to give the product and Cl minus. So it is a SN2 reaction because two molecules are taking part, bimolecular reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, bimolecular reaction. So here during the reaction, there is an inversion of configuration. Here the configuration is 3 hydrogen atom like this. But after the product becomes like this. So there is an inversion of configuration. SN2 reaction is always followed by inversion of configuration. The order of reactivity is primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary. That's the order of reactivity. Because in the primary case, the nucleophile can easily attack from behind. But secondary and tertiary it is very difficult to attack from behind. So tertiary have least reactivity and primary has most reactivity for SN2 reactions. Next reaction is SN1 reaction. That is nucleophilic substitution unimolecular. Nucleophilic substitution unimolecular. So here when you consider this reaction, tertiary butyl alcohol is attacking with tertiary alkyl halide is reacting with the nucleophile OH-. Tertiary alkyl, this is tertiary butyl chloride or 2-chloro-2-methyl propyl. 2-chloro-2-methyl propyl. That is attacking OH- to give tertiary butyl alcohol plus Cl-. So this follows SN1 reaction, nucleophilic substitution unimolecular reaction. So why it is unimolecular? Let us see. This reaction takes place in 2 steps. In the first step, this tertiary 2-chloro-2-methyl butane gives a tertiary carbocation and Cl-. In the second step, the tertiary carbocation is attacked by the OH nucleophile to give corresponding alcohol. CH3 thrice OH. So this is the slow step and this is the fast step. First step is a slow step, second is a fast step. Rate determining step is the slowest step. So slowest step is the rate determining step. So in the slowest step only one molecule is taking part. So it is a unimolecular reaction. That is hydrolysis of tertiary butyl chloride to give butanol is a SN1 reaction, unimolecular reaction, because the reaction takes place in 2 steps. In the first step, it is a slow step which contains only one molecule, but second step contains 2 molecules. That is a fast step, but slow step is the rate determining step. Since the rate determining step contains only one molecule, it is a unimolecular reaction. Now coming to its order of reactivity. The order of reactivity of SN1 reaction is tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. That is, tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary and primary. So order of reactivity is tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. So that is the nucleophilic substitution reactions, unimolecular and bimolecular reactions. In the case of SN2 reaction, order of reactivity is primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary, and in the case of SN1 reaction, order of reactivity is tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. During SN1 SN2 reaction, there is inversion of configuration, but during SN1 reaction, SN2 reaction, there is inversion of configuration, but in the case of SN1 reaction, there is racemization.